welcome back to Southpaw RC. Thank you very much for joining us. If this is the first time you're joining us, you're very welcome. Here we are this morning with the F11 Pro. Now this particular model has had a few alterations to do with the cameras, so we're not entirely sure how good the aerials are reconnected, so this might be a flyaway, but hopefully not. We're going to get her in the air. And the GPS seems to be locked pretty good. Okay, let's start recording. And we are recording on board. It is beeping. Okay. Let's see what we get from the F11 Pro. Now, I wanted to have a bit of a chat with you guys this morning, because here in the UK, the drone laws are changing very shortly. And as of the 5th of November, we are able to register our drones. Now, drones like this is the F11 Pro. This weighs more than 250 grams. This weighs something like 400 or 500 grams. So definitely a register job. We do have to register this sort of drone if you want to continue flying it. The registration must be completed by November 30th. So you have until November 30th to register all drones over 250 grams. The price is now going to be £9, not the £16.50 that they quoted, so that's a little bit better. Just moving up to speed mode 2. Do we have video? No, we do not. Yes, we do. Oh, we're coming back. Okay, there's video. So the price is going to be £9 instead of £16.50, which is a little bit better, but it's still only for a year, so that's not good. That's still around the same price as it costs to register your car, renew your car license, and you know, the database for that has got to be larger than the drone database, hasn't it? So it can't need that much money to register it. But hey, that's what the government have given us, £9 a year. Now there is talk of quite a lot of people, including myself, maybe not registering until the spring, because realistically, how much flight are you going to get in England? Certainly in Scotland, you'd be very lucky to get more than a sort of 5 or 10 days flying time in between now and February. England probably made a little bit more because the weather's a little less harsh, but realistically, how much flying time are you going to get until the spring? So it could be an option to show them their displeasure that we just don't register. We shelve our drones, and I'm not for 1 second suggesting that you fly unregistered, because that's extremely that could get extremely expensive. That's about a £2,000 fine, I believe, so you really don't want to risk that. But I might be shelving my over 250 gram drones and going sub 250 for the winter, and focusing more on the cars, because I'm not going to get a hell of a lot of flight time out of this. So it is something to consider. It probably won't have much of an effect, but it will let them know that if they want our money, they perhaps need to offer us something a little bit more than just nothing, because at the moment registering means nothing to the pilot. You'll have absolutely no more benefits, insurance, or anything else just because you register your drone. It is the law, so you do have to do it, but unfortunately it's to no benefit whatsoever to pilots. So what do you think? Let me know. Head to the comments and let me know what you think of the UK drone law changes. As of November 30th, all drones over 250 grams must be registered. If you're the operator, then you have to register as the operator. If you're over 18, you can register as an operator. If you're under 18, you cannot register as an operator, and therefore cannot fly anything over 250 grams. You can register as a pilot if you're under 18. There's no age limit for registering for a flyer ID. You can take the online safety and competency test that we all have to take. You can take that, and you can fly, but your parents will likely be responsible for any miscreant deeds that you occur, so you won't be able to register as an operator under 18, but you will be able to get your flyer ID, and your parents will be responsible likely for any miscreant deeds that you commit with your drone, and they will be getting the fine. So something to consider if you're if you're under 18, that your parents may end up paying out large fines if you decide to fly less than 50 meters from people and things like that. So just be aware that it is a risk. Well, this thing seems to be performing rather nicely. We have video feed and we're still recording, which is good. It's slightly breaking up on this phone, but this is an old phone, so the signal's not fantastically good with the 5G. We've had 230 meters out of this with a better phone attached, which gave us a lot better reception with a much newer phone. So I also wanted to talk to you guys about the channel and what's coming next. I've got a new action cam on the way from Banggood. That's the 4K 60 frames a second action cam. So that'll be interesting. We should be upgrading some of the imagery on the channel. And also we're going to have some more cars, and we might even be looking at getting a boat. That might wait till the spring, because realistically, again, with the weather, maybe not so advantageous to be flying on the lake, driving on the lake in poor weather, because we might lose the boat. But I plan to use the boat to see if I can get some photographs close at hand to wildlife. I'm going to try and drift the boat upstream of the ducks and the swans and let it drift down under its own sort of steam, and see if we can get some footage with a boat. So it's a slightly more long-term project than the cars and the drones, but expect to see some sub 250 drones coming onto the channel very shortly. I've got a couple of 3 sub 250 drones already, but we will probably be increasing the fleet size of the sub 250 drones over winter, purely because I want to get into some 5.8 gigahertz flying with some goggles. I've done some 5.8 gig flying with the FEMI, because the goggles work on my FEMI A3, and that's really good fun. Actually seeing what you're pointing the camera at all times, rather than having to look down at the screen, it is so much easier. So I want to get into some 5.8 gigahertz flying, so fingers crossed we'll be able to pick up some nice 5.8 gigahertz little cinematic mini whoops or something along that line. So hopefully there'll be some decent little 5.8 whoopy type things coming to the channel shortly. And I want to get a nice big 10th scale crawler. So some of this is going to have to wait till January, because as you're all aware, Christmas and this time of year does tend to sap all your money away. But hopefully we'll be getting some very nice quads and some very nice cars early in the new year. There's several models I'm looking at for crawling, and if any of you've got any advice, I'm looking for the first one. I don't want to spend an absolute fortune, so if anyone's interested in letting me know what they think the best crawler car, 10th scale crawler car under £300 is, put them in the comments. Let me know what you think your favourite 10th scale crawler is for under £300, and I'll take a look at it. I've already got about 16 16 in my wish list to have a look through, so it may already be in there. But yeah, please let me know what you think your favourite, your best 10th scale crawler is, and it may well make an appearance on the channel very shortly. By the end of next year, I know this is looking a little bit far forward, but by the end of next year we are likely to be driving a TRX4. But I want to get some lower grade, lower priced crawlers in first, purely because I don't want to go right to the top straight away, because it sort of leaves me less room for manoeuvre with the channel. So fingers crossed we can get some nice crawlers, and we'll be taking out some trips, going to do some scenery. We might even be coming to visit some of you guys around the country, and perhaps hooking up and do some collab videos with a few of you RC car drivers. So look forward to that as well. Well, thank you very much for joining us for this sort of walk and a chat this morning. Let me know what you think about the drone laws. Put them down in the comments. Away to the comments section with you, and write down what you think of the UK laws. I'll leave a link to in the description to the CAA link for all the new registration laws, so you can have a good old read through, and I'll perhaps leave some links to some crawlers as well. But thank you very much. There'll be a link in the description for this little bugger as well, the F11 Pro, which is, as you can see, has been flying now for, oh, I don't know, it's not telling me on the screen how long it's been recording, but it's a lovely little bird. It's sitting there very still. So if you want to get yourself one of these, that will be link for that will be in the description as well. Thanks very much for joining us on Southpaw RC. I'll see you next time.